Welcome to Hangar 12, I'm Monkey. Today I just want to have a quick look at the release view for the upcoming 4.0 patch, what we have left on the 3.23 patch, and when we can kind of expect that. Please feel free to click the like and subscribe button, it is appreciated, it goes a long way. But with that out of the way, let's have a look at this roadmap. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, this is the release view, or this is the progress tracker at least. You can find this on the Robert Space Industries website. Go up to apps at the top, click on the drop down and select roadmap. It'll bring you to this screen. On the left hand side, just drop down to release view. This is what we're going to be looking at today. So on here you can see the previous patch. You can see that we've got patch 3.22 released December 14. 2023, that would be the Q4 patch, the last patch of last year. We can drop that open here. We've got patch 3.23, which is that current patch that we're currently on, which should have been the Q1 patch, which means it should have been aimed for release end of March, kind of start of April. It got stuck in testing for a while, so it got pushed back. It's just been released recently, so it's closer to the Q2 patch. It's kind of halfway between Q1 and Q2. We'll touch on that in just a moment. Most of the stuff that on here we've got in, I think it's just the hangar stuff that we're missing. So we've got persistent hangars, there we go. Didn't quite make it in. They did say that they're a few weeks away from getting that in, but they didn't want to overload the system. Basically, there was so much coming out in this patch. They didn't also want to drop in all the changes that the persistent hangars would make, and the item, like the item vending machines and lifts, the cargo lifts, all that kind of stuff. So they've pushed that back. I think it's going to drop between these two. Let's have a look here. Creature hunting, that's in. I haven't actually done that yet, but I know a couple of people that have done that. Here we are, the item banks. So the item banks, this is where you're going to be getting your personal items from. So for the most part, the personal inventory that comes up now when you press I on the right hand side, that has everything in that location. I think that's going, I don't know if it'll be going completely, but for the most part that's going to be gone, and you're going to interact with these terminals that you may have seen around the verse. Kind of like ATMs, and you'll rock up to one of those and you'll punch in whatever it is that you want, and it'll spit it out of a little drawer, I expect, at the bottom. It looks like when you look at those. Let's have a look here. The rest of this is in. This is all the Arena Commander engineering stuff. I don't think, we'll have a look, see if engineering's in here, but I don't actually think engineering's coming till after 4.0, but we'll have a look. More Arena Commander, the Moby-Glass rework, that's made it in really nice, really slick, really like the new Moby-Glass. The new loot system took me a bit of time to get used to. The problem I had here with the loot system is if I was looting a body, I couldn't figure out how to get the armour off. Like in the old loot system, you just pull the armour off. If you're getting stuck with that, in the top right corner of your screen, just up here, there'll be a little yellow arrow. Click that and it'll take you to the old view. From there you can pull over weapons and armour and stuff like that, so you can swap your armour, you can strip the armour off them. So you just click the little yellow arrow in the top right corner, that'll take you to that. The FPS map, and there you'll see that in the top left corner of the system. It looks really cool. I did notice the other day that I was in one of the hubs, opened up the map, the FPS map, and you could see the doors opening and closing on the hubs on the other floor, so you can actually see people like moving around and like entering and exiting the hubs. You can see all the little doors opening and closing. That's quite cool. Cargo hauling missions, again, these were held back. Again, I think these will all be coming in. I think what they're going to do is the theme. I think we're going to have a point patch in the middle here, and the theme of it is going to be cargo. So we'll get the cargo missions, we're going to get the hangars, and we're going to get everything else related to the cargo that was pushed back. The dynamic event, the blockade runner, that may come in. I mean, we've got Xeno Threat got pushed back till after Invictus. So this will probably come in after Xeno Threat, I would think, unless they're going to run them side by side, possibly. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. The hood rework, all this made it in. I think pretty much everything else made it in. Freight elevators, yeah, I did touch on those earlier. So we've got the freight elevators. Didn't make it in, a part of that cargo rework. Right. Now this is interesting. So, according to this, all the ships listed have made it into the game. Yeah, they're all blue. But overall, ship vehicles is greyed, which would suggest there's still ships to come that haven't been announced on here, which is probably the Drake ship that everybody's been talking about. Everybody's expecting a huge Drake ship to drop on Drake Day. So we'll see. We'll hang tight. I haven't seen anything. They're holding their cards tight to their chest on this one. I'm not getting much information. I haven't seen anything leaked regarding what that ship could be. So yeah, I think we're just going to have to wait until Drake Day to see what they're going to drop, which makes me hope that it's something special, that they're keeping such a tight lips on it. So then it brings us up to 4.0. So 4.0 is coming out Q3, so this is where I think we're going to have all the cargo in a point patch. So we'd have this as Q1, and this is Q3, so we're missing a quarter patch in between these two, so I think they'll drop it. This is where I think all this will come in a point patch, which will drop around about the time that the Q2 patch should drop. We've seen them do that, I think it was last year. They were dropping point patches in the space of like quarterly patches, but I mean, it's just a number. We'll have great content by the look of it. They'll probably throw some extra bits and pieces in there as well, other things that have completed at the time. They'll probably add that, and we'll probably get a fairly juicy point patch, I would expect, I would hope. So then 4.0, let's see what we've got in 4.0. Extra faces and more hair, which is great. At the moment, the new character creation system is great. Really enjoy it. And we get some great faces out of it, but I do feel it's kind of limited by the number of heads that are loaded in there, and the hairstyles as well. But that's coming along. They'll keep adding that now. Now they've got the system in place. It's just a case of adding to the database. The more heads they have, the more variation that you'll be able to get from the actual creator. So that's great. Let's have a look at the locations. So this is Pyro, 4.0 Pyro. So that's Pyro 3. So these are the main planets of Pyro. So is it just the planets? Is there no moons? Oh, there's a moon implementing the first moon of Pyro 5. So is it the planets and no moons? So are we getting a part release of Pyro possibly? We've got the jump gate, the Pyro jump gate. So you've got something to jump to from Stanton. So obviously you'll jump out of Stanton from the Pyro jump gate, and then this will be the Stanton jump gate, I assume, that's in Pyro. So you've got somewhere to land when you come out of that wormhole. Outposts, colonialism. So this is basically all the outpost buildings and whatnot that will be scattered amongst the planets and moons. Most likely planets. I don't think many of these look very airtight, so I don't know if I'd want these on a low atmosphere moon, but we'll have to see what the moons are like. Maybe some of them have atmosphere. I know that a lot of the moons around Stanton have atmosphere, just very low, very thin atmosphere. We've got Pyro Station, great station, really well designed. There's a lot going on. I was shocked when I did the Pyro Playground. I was kind of shocked at how much is going on in there, graphic-wise. Like there's clutter everywhere. There's things and items just scattered everywhere, but never had a problem rendering. Really good job on that. Oh, here we go. More planets. Moon. 6th moon. Pyro 5. 6th moon. Okay, so we've got a bit more in-depth in there. I might go through on a more in-depth looking at the different moons as we go along. But we've got all the moons in there coming through. AI. Space Cow. So it looks like we'll have the Space Cow with 4.0. I'm wondering if we can. It looks like we'll be able to milk it. We'll get milk, farm that thing, get some decent leather off it, maybe hides, turn that into leather, into clothing and things further down the line. I mean, just look at that there. Is it just me, or is that the perfect place for a saddle? I'm not saying that they're coming, I'm just saying, I think it'd fit in quite nice there. Look, you get a saddle on that thing, a couple of reins, wander that cow round, maybe strap a plough to that thing, get your farm going. It'll be interesting to see. I know a few people that are interested, quite a few people actually interested in starting farms. It'll be interesting to see if people take that on full time. If there are people that come and play the game, I mean, it's a space game, you have spaceships, you can fly around and do anything, but I wonder if there'll be people that join the game that just want to farm. Maybe they've got a friend that has a ship, they'll get a contractor come and buy all their produce, and they'll just farm produce, sell it to some guy that turns up at their farm every couple of weeks, couple of days, buys all their produce, takes it to market. That guy's a trader, maybe just buys it cheap from you as a farmer and then flies it to somewhere and sells it. That would be cool. I mean, it's not my lifestyle that I'd like to do, but I wonder if there's people that would actually do that, live as a full-time farmer in space farmer. Fire. Oh, I'm really looking forward to Fire. I don't like that they put it on the Reclaimer. The Reclaimer is one of my favourite ships, artwork-wise. It looks like something straight out of one of the Alien movies. Please don't set fire to my Reclaimer. Although the Reclaimer does look like the ship that's gonna catch fire pretty much instantly. I'm surprised it wasn't made by Drake, to be fair. Let's have a look. Engineering. Okay, so it's in testing in 3.23. We'll get the point patch maybe. And then they're looking at getting the engineering out on 4.0. They did say something about... I think they're working it into every ship before they actually release it. So, obviously they need that time. So we've got, 3 months from Q2, so 4 or 5 months probably until this patch drops, or we're looking at dropping this patch. So they've got that time to kind of work engineering into every ship. Life support, that's your onboard atmosphere, oxygen, whatnot. That ties in with the fire. You'll be able to vent atmos, and I have looked at the engineering at the moment. The engineering, you do get control over like air vents, so, and it does have options, I think, to vent atmosphere or something like that on the consoles. Solar burst, that's the solar flare. We've seen that in action in the playground. If you've had a play with that, it's kind of like an EMP burst that fries your systems, makes everything go a bit fritzy. Got to hide behind a planet or get into a hangar or something. I don't think it knocks you out completely. It kind of fries your systems and probably puts wear and tear on your subsystems. So then you'll need engineering to kind of keep on top of keeping those in working order so your ship doesn't shut down and you don't fall out the sky. We got the RSI Zeus Mark II ES. I am interested in this ship. I am thinking about maybe getting one. I'm going to have to do a bit more research into this, but I really do like the new RSI range, these big pointy ships, big triangle ships. I think they look really nice. They look like they're doing a lot of good work there, so it'll be interesting to get hands on those. MFD rework, also a great little quality of life update that will be coming there. At the moment, they seem to be resetting, so you can set the MFDs to say show target information. It seems when I get at the pilot seat and come back, they've reset. So I'll be looking forward to getting those, and I think then you'll be able to set them up and save them and store your ship, come back, log in, log out, and it'll always keep the MFDs the same. We got some weapons, so there's some changes to the Grey Cat multi-tool coming, adding functionality with the cutting. So I don't know, well, yeah, it'll be with Pyro. They've shown there's quite a few like access points where you'll have to cut open the access points. I have wondered if what's going to happen with those. Are they going to, is somebody going to go and repair those? If you cut in through an air vent, is that air vent now permanently damaged, like permanently cut open? Are they going to have missions to go and repair those air vents? Are they just going to respawn over time? So if you come back in a couple of hours, or if everybody leaves the area, they just kind of rectify themselves. So yeah, I'm not sure how that will work. Fire extinguishers, there's those little holes. We should have something for our little holes all over our ships. And they'll be fun to play with when the fire comes out. I think we'll be using those quite a lot. Transit system refactor. Rework to the transit system for service meshing. Oh, okay, for the server meshing. Rework a transit system used for the transit compatible with server meshing. Okay, so it's just to make it compatible with the server meshing. I'm not sure what they need to do there. That's interesting. Maybe on different servers, trams are running at different timings. So with everybody being effectively, or at least need to appear to be running on one server, all the trams would need to run in sync. Maybe it's something to do with that they need to do. Reworking of the mission system. I'm guessing that's because you may have a mission in Stanton, and then you jump through to Pyro, and then if you come back, you'll need to keep these missions, because at the moment jumping to Pyro would be like jumping to another server. So it would be like almost logging off out of this server. At the moment, if you have a mission, you log off, you log back on, you lose that mission. So I'm guessing it would be something to do with keeping that progress in a mission, or keeping that mission on a back burner if you need to jump to a new system and then come back, or across different servers, iterations of those servers. And then the server meshing V1, which is obviously the big tech. This is the thing that a lot of people have been saying is impossible for years. So to actually have this finally implemented changes a lot of things. And I think it'd be the final nail in the coffin for the whole. I think it'll be the final nail in the coffin for the whole Star Citizen's a scam. I think if they get server meshing working, that's it. You can't call the game a scam. Nobody would put that much time and effort and money into developing server meshing for a scam. But that's about it for the roadmap at the moment. They'll be adding things to this as time goes on. As I say, you can check this yourself. Just go onto the RSI website, click on apps at the top, and click on roadmap. Have a look through the progress tracker. This kind of shows you when work's finished. So if you watch some of the Q&As, you would have heard one of the devs say, we just don't have enough time to finish this feature or that feature, or we have to look at the time slot. So that's what this does. This shows you like time slots that have been allocated to certain teams. I mean, a lot of the Squadron 41 stuff now should be done, I think. Let's try and find something real quick. Narrative. Let's have a look at what's in development at the moment. RSI. There's bound to be something in RSI. I think that's about it for the time being. So that's about it for the release viewer at the moment. We'll keep you updated with any updates as they come. As I say, I expect there to be a 3.23.2 drop in the middle of this, which will be quite a meaty patch with all these missing features. I think they'll make it as a patch. Let me know in the comments if you have any other ideas, what else you'd like to see come in. And please drop us a like and subscribe. It goes a long way and it helps me out a lot. It keeps me really motivated to try and get these videos out. I want to get some more structured like anime stuff out to you at some point too. So I'm going to be playing that when I get some time off work, and let's see what we can do. You take care. See you around.